Hey guys, it's Marty from owingsart.com, and today we're going to take a look at some different equipment for filming your art videos. Now obviously I have equipment out here that has spanned several years. Probably this is going back 5 years, but what I started out with was basically the camera I had, which was this Canon, I think it's a T2i. It's really a photographer's camera, but it shoots video as well. And I was just showing you how the battery, you can recharge the battery. And I always keep 2 batteries on hand for any camera I have. That way I can have one that's fully charged in the camera and then a fully charged backup in case I need it. Now this is a really class A outfit right here. I mean, this is a really top of the line good camera. At least it was at the time I bought it. You shoot directly onto an SD card. This is a 16 gigabyte SD card. I think this camera might hold up to a 32 gig. It was pretty advanced for its time, but that's really like a high-end photographer's camera that also shoots video. But that's all I had when I started. Then I went to a point and shoot, which is really a much more compact setup, which you see here. Again, this is a Canon, but it comes with a nice thin battery, and I always kept 2 on hand, and again an SD card. Now this one holds, I think, a 16 gigabyte SD card, which was pretty good at the time, and the sound wasn't bad in this point and shoot camera. It was a little bit better than I had been used to before, say with the DSLR camera, but nonetheless it's a pretty good setup if you just want to save a lot of money. This is a Canon. I think it's a one-shot or something like that. You have to maybe look it up, but but anyway, this whole video that I'm making right now is in response to sort of the old Blind Doug artist. Old Blind Doug is having some problems with his video setup and sound, and he's not happy with where it's at right now, and I thought maybe I could give him some tips and help on how to shoot better. And then if anybody else is interested, sure, go ahead and hopefully if these tips are helpful, they point you in the right direction anyway. So that little adapter right there just screws into the bottom of that point and shoot, and then you can mount it in any tripod, which brings up a good point. I want to show you my tripod setup here, and I'll pull up the tripod here in a second, but I don't have a very expensive tripod. But it's a nice one. It's lightweight. It's got many different rotations for the head. So here it is. And right now I've got my GoPro case mounted to the top, but you can see here, and I think I got this in a thrift store for like $6 or something like that. It was pretty inexpensive for me, but I know you can pick them up at Walmart or Target, discount stores. You can spend a lot of money on some really nice Italian tripods, but I don't think it's necessary. And these legs just pop out, so this thing gets to like, I don't know, 4 feet tall or something, and then you can raise the neck a little bit as well, so you get another foot out of that. So I've never had any problem using that tripod. I also have another one as a backup. Now the next camera I did to shoot my video was a GoPro, and this was really I'd say a pretty big step up, not in terms of just functionality and cost, but just an overall greatness, I guess, for a lack of a better word. This camera is really cool. Now the GoPro 3 here that I show, it's a silver edition, and you basically have to buy the LCD separate. So this LCD comes as a separate package, and then you just attach it like this, and then you can see what you're shooting when you turn the camera on. The LCD comes on, and you can film. You just film with that. So, and it's pretty cool because you can control it remotely with your iPhone, or there's a remote control for it. I think the app works on an Android as well. So, and it shoots in wide, medium, and narrow field of view. So it's kind of got this fisheye lens when it shoots in the wide angle, which is pretty cool. And then I mostly use it for my art videos. I shoot in the narrow and medium views. But you can see here it comes with a little memory card, which is a micro SD, much smaller than those full SD cards you saw. which is roughly the size of this adapter here, the Samsung adapter, and you just plug the micro SD card into the adapter, then plug the adapter into your computer. Or you can, if you don't have the adapter in your computer, you can buy a USB adapter and it slides right in. And the thing with these SD cards is they're getting smaller and they're holding more. So this is a 64 gigabyte card, and I can shoot, I don't know, I've never run out of memory shooting for hours on end with it. So, and it's the Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition that I have is really cool. And then I upgraded to the Hero 4 Edition just recently. So you can see the difference in size here, and there's a little difference to the front of them. The lights are no longer round circles but little lines on there, and you can see the most notable differences in thickness. And the reason for that is the LCD screen is now included in the Hero 4, where you had to buy it extra in the Hero 3. You can kind of just see the different sizes here of the cameras as we lay them out side by side. So, you know, a photographer's camera really with the big DSLR, then you got a point and shoot, then you got a smaller generation GoPro 3, and then the even tinier GoPro 4. And they even have a smaller GoPro than this called a Sessions, which is not very expensive, but it doesn't come with an LCD screen. And I just like the availability of having an LCD screen so that I can actually see what I'm shooting while I'm shooting it, versus waiting to see what I shot when I download the video. So for me, it's a must-have having the LCD. And it's a little collision. But here's a couple of things about the Hero 4. Always get yourself a battery pack that you can charge 2 batteries in, because like I said, you're going to want to always keep one fully charged battery in the camera at all times, and then you're going to want to have a fully charged backup. And in order to do that, when you're done going out, say filming for 4 or 5 hours, you've used up both batteries, you want to charge them both in this charging kit. That plugs right into a USB adapter that you can plug into your wall socket or your computer, and it charges your batteries pretty quick. I'll get to some of the features and functions here in a minute, but I just wanted to take a quick tour, and then I'll give a little bit more detailed tour of the Hero 4 itself and a walk around. But you can see here it's super compact, and that's what's really great about it. When you put it in the case, it gets a little bulkier, but you can also buy a waterproof case and actually film underwater. You don't have to worry about weather or anything like that. I happen to have a case that has an opening on the side because I like to put a mic adapter on the GoPro, which makes filming just a little bit easier for me in terms of sound quality. And we'll talk about more of that in a minute here. So here's a little walk around the GoPro 4. Just a quick tour of it. You know, side by side. You know, it's about half the size in terms of length as this point and shoot camera. It's a little shorter height wise, and definitely right around the same thickness, but just all around much more compact. There's the memory card, as I mentioned earlier. It's a micro SD card, and you just plug it into that adapter, as I mentioned, and then it's ready to go on your computer. You just plug it in there, it clicks right in, and it's ready to go. And then there's tons of settings in the GoPro 3 and 4 with respect to if you want to shoot at wide angle, medium, or narrow angle. So when I'm doing like overhead shots of my art, I shoot at the narrow angle or the medium angle, but like if I'm outside doing, like, I want to see a lot of the landscape or a lot of the area, I'll shoot in wide angle, which is pretty nice as well. It's just nice to have that option. Both cameras offer that option, and both the Hero 3 and 4 will shoot at like 60 frames, 40 to 60 frames per second, which is pretty much cinema quality. So the Hero 4 will shoot in 4K, which is sort of the next generation for video. Now this is the case, the one I took off the tripod, and it's got a little opening on the side so that I can plug my 2.5 millimeter mic adapter into it. And you know, as with everything in a GoPro, that's another accessory. And I recommend buying GoPro type manufactured gear rather than like the third party or knockoff gear, because it just all around tends to work better. So then I just put the camera in the case. Once I get the clip in, I'm trying to one-hand this because I got the other camera in my hand. One-hand it, and then there's the little opening for the sound adapter, for the video adapter, that plug your 2.5 millimeter jack in right there, and I'll show you that here in a second. And then you're ready to go. There's the 2.5 millimeter jack. So the flat end is the end you plug into the camera, and then you plug whatever mic you've got into that 2.5 millimeter and the round hole. And I'll show you that. Here's a lav mic right here. I don't know, it's got like a 6-foot cord on it or something like that. But the sound difference is really quite good if you use a lav mic. And this whole setup's not very expensive at all. Or when I go to record on my computer, when I do the narration over my videos like I'm doing right now, this is what I'm using. I'm using an Audio-Technica USB Cartoid mic, and I guess it works pretty good. I mean, people seem to like the sound, and it's on sort of a tripod, and I'll show you that here in a second as this zooms out. But well, primarily I wanted to make this video for Doug, who's struggling with his camera and sound equipment, and hopefully this has been some help to you, Doug, or anybody else that's sort of interested in what equipment I use to shoot my art videos and stuff in my art reviews. So let's just talk about costs really quick. The Cartoid mic here was under $100 if you want that. That little adapter and the lav mic, I think that's under like $30 for the pair. And then the cameras, you can find the Hero 3 Silver Edition. I found it as low as about $150. You can get one used for about $125 if you shop around a little bit. And then the Hero 4, it's a little bit, it's actually much more expensive at around $300 right now. You can find it for about $300. I think it sells retail for $399. But it's nice to have the LCD screen with it and not have to buy that separately. But again, and then if you want to go to a DSLR, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can spend a couple $1,000s on a photographer's camera like that. But for the video I'm shooting and being able to shoot in 1080p or 4K at 60 frames per second is just an incredible advancement in terms of video quality. And the sound quality has gotten better with each edition of the GoPro. So maybe you've got a cool setup, whatever you use, and you want to share that. Please do leave me a message and in the comments. I'd love to hear from you about your setup or what you use to shoot video or what you like to see. But anyway, I hope this helps those who are looking for more information around this, and gives you just a little bit more to go with. All right, well, this has been Marty for owingsart.com. So long, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.